What's going on, Charles Botenston? So as you can see, there was no introduction. As you can see that we are in a different environment. So that is one of the things that you have to understand is that you try things. If you're not even trying things, you're not even in the game. In other words, if you are not failing on a regular basis, if you are not getting things wrong, there's two things. Number one is you're not asking enough questions, and number two is you're not even getting involved. Okay? It's easy to judge from the sideline. It's easy to see what other people are doing wrong. It's easy to make fun of the people that are actually trying to produce content, to try and put out videos, to be a YouTuber. But the biggest thing is, for me, is it all starts in the questions. Like, what am I good at and what am I bad at? An amazing book that you should read is by Peter Drucker. It is the Knowing Oneself, or something like, just put in yourself in my YouTube channel and you'll see it. Managing Oneself, that's what it's called. Sorry, Peter. He is known as the father, the grandfather, whatever you want to call it, of management. In other words, any kind of management, company management, people management. But the biggest thing is, if you don't ask questions, the quality of your questions, according to Tony Robbins, is the quality of your life. So good questions. Here's an example. And obviously for me is that I learn by questions. So I'll look around. Here's a perfect example. We're riding back. I'm a big cyclist, and we're riding back into New York City from New Jersey. We're going over the bridge, and there's this huge billboard right on the side. And I don't drive. I've never owned a car. So it's obviously for motorists, but it's a billboard, and it's for the West Side Highway right around there. And there's a big picture of Jamie Foxx. And then right beyond it was a picture of Jay Leno. So the easy thing is, you see these billboards and you say, wow, that's like, what a beautiful billboard, or I didn't even know they were on the show, or whatever the case is. You know, Jamie Foxx, he has a new show with Shazam. So I'll talk about some of the questions that I asked. The first billboard was Jamie Foxx. So the question was, holy cow, he's still around. How challenging is it to be in entertainment all of these years? Because you'll hear about someone. I just literally Googled Pauly Shore, and I was like, wow, this guy, only 40,000 Instagram followers. He's still touring around as a comedian. He hasn't really done any projects, unless he has. I just haven't been paying attention. So the questions are, instead of, it's really hard to explain in my mind. When I'm in a conversation and it's boring, I just want to leave. Or I try and make it exciting. If I'm in a conversation, and I heard this from Tony Robbins' wife, and she said, we like to have deep conversations instead of, how's the weather? Is your sports team doing good? What do you do for work? Do you like it? Are you working tomorrow? Are you going on any vacations? How's your day going? You know, those are all first questions, surface level. Then you go, oh, you really like it. What do you do in there? Oh, you really like that, da-da-da. But then you get to the core of, say, a business that you're really interested in. Entertainment is a perfect example. I'm not familiar with entertainment, but the biggest thing is, he is still getting involved. He's still doing things. Jamie Foxx, how hard it is to be in entertainment all of these years and still be relevant. And then the other thing was, you look at Shazam and you say, holy cow, Shazam was an app that was one of the first, like, what? You could really do that? That was the first app on the iPhone that everyone's like, just Shazam it. You'd hear a song, you'd put it up, and then you would say, this is what it is. And then they turned it into this business that they actually have a national TV show that hired Jamie Foxx. Like, that's amazing. There's so many questions that were going on in my mind. Like, that's amazing that he's still relevant. I wonder what he was up to. Number two is, how did Shazam get so big? Because you think of, if you are a business owner, this is what you think. You think, okay, so you're a business owner and you want to go national. You want to have a big celebrity like Jamie Foxx. What do you do? And now you have enough money to do a billboard and do this national campaign. I think it was on NBC or one of those stations. I don't watch TV. And the third question was, beyond that, Jay Leno. So Jay Leno has, you know, in my garage or whatever, it's not the Tai Lopez, which is funny. That's a nice little pun right there. But Jay Leno has this big billboard as well. Like, I'm like, what is he advertising? This guy was the king of LA, besides Carson and everyone that came before him, obviously. But Jay Leno came on the scene and like did really well. He's been retired for many years. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more. He's got a ton of cars, like real old school gas 50s, 40, 50s, 60s cars. He loves restoring it. That's his passion. And he has a billboard. It's like you're thinking in your mind, what made you do that? So those are the questions you need to ask. Like, you don't just sit there. If you just sit there and you just take it in, you're like, oh, really cool billboard or really nice blah, blah, blah. Go deeper and say, holy cow, how long has Jamie Foxx been in there? Jay Leno, what is he doing that he has a billboard on the West Side Highway in Manhattan, which is like hundreds of thousands of dollars per month because there's only two of them, Jamie Foxx and Jay Leno. But then the second, so those are the questions. And the second thing is, which is even more important, by the way, if you haven't noticed, I have a light on me, and this is really bright. It's like I'm trying not to focus on it, but it's kind of actually funny. I'm now looking at the camera to make sure, A, I'm still in focus, but they're still in the game. If you are not failing, you're not even in the game. If you're not even trying, you're just sitting on the sideline. You don't even have a jersey on. You know, that's the biggest thing is like people love to criticize. People love to say, well, if I was in this position, this is what I would do. Or if I ran the company, this is what I would do. Oh, really? Is that how it works? When you run a company with hundreds of thousands of employees, with investors, with shareholders, with billions of dollars, you would do this. Okay. Yeah, no, I had no idea that you could do that from your computer at home when you've never run a business, let alone have people underneath you. So what I was really getting to in this is that if you're not trying, you're not in the game. But to actually try, you have to ask questions. Because when you start asking the questions, the answer is in the execution. The answer is, oh, I wonder how it is to be a business owner, to go to the gym, to be healthy, to be energetic, to ask a girl out, to have the money that I want, to have the retirement that I want. I wonder how it is. I wonder what it's like when no one's in there, the light turns off behind me. You know, it's one of those things that like, if you, and I know in the execution is the answer. Oh, I like it or I don't like it. It's also, by the way, the same way that you find your passion. You find your passion by doing. You do a bunch of shit and then you say, I like the people, I like to sell, let's go into real estate. I like to code, I like apps, I'm gonna be an app developer. That's how you find it out. You don't just say, I'm gonna maybe watch some YouTube videos. No, you have to execute. You actually have to go to internships. So if you're not trying, you're not in the game. And if you're not in the game, you're not even in life. You're not even here. You're not even relevant. Like, what are you doing? Seriously. Like, I know I just started with some practical, but now it's a little bit motivational. Like, what are you truly doing, which is my next video that I'm going to be doing, which is what are you truly doing right now? Like deep down, we're all busy. All right, so that's going to be coming up on the next video. Have an awesome day. Or it already came out. I don't know how I actually structure the videos. Have an awesome day. Talk to you guys.